Mary Owie's birthday has arrived! Yay! Everybody say happy birthday to Mary Owie! Happy birthday, Mary Owie! There's Edgeworth! The notorious Edgeworth. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. It's Kaiba. Well, that's with a K. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Potato, potato. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Mosho! My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe. It's Mosho! Please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor mat of the office to explain. Oh, Gumshoe's got a floor mat. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Oh, that was Edgeworth. I didn't do my Edgeworth voice. Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. Their murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. So as this game goes on, there's gonna be a lot of stuff added to the court record that you just gotta flip through, like pages. The judge must still feel something about that. Yeah. Now, detective. Yes, sir? You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Here we go. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. We're gonna have to pick apart either why... No, we're gonna have to pick apart that last sentence that he said. That's the only thing that doesn't... that we can't confirm. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Well, you need to look harder, Mr. Wright. Whoosh. Smack? Did someone smack Phoenix's butt? What is that? Who's smacking? Oh, okay, Maya just threw something at him. What's this? She got a bundled up piece of paper and like threw it at him in the middle of a courtroom. Oh my gosh. When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. Whoosh. It worked lots of times. Yeah, so this is what I was saying last case. It didn't give the tutorial to do this, but I already know to do it. Now it's going to really come in handy. The game's ramping up. A little bit, but... a little bit. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. This should have been mentioned in the previous case. It's so weird here. Yeah, they really should have. There wasn't really a reason to press the witness, and I think that's why. But I think they should have had one scenario where you needed to press the witness just to introduce the concept, because it is probably a little weird. It is a little weird here. They probably realized that after they made it to this point, if I had to assume. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Did you know? Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much though. We can't do that, it would make sense. We can't have that. Yeah. Well, at that point, it's just something I would design differently about the game. For tutorial's sake. Instead of having my, like, throw a wad of paper at his head. I mean, that is kind of funny, though, so I can forgive it. I'm assuming it was at his head. I want it to be at his head, so... It happened that way. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know who these people are. Detective Gumshoe. How long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. 3 freaking minutes? 3 freaking minutes! What were you just standing on the floor just below it? What were you doing there? You should be a suspect in this case. If that's how close you were to the murder. Dang. That's pretty fast. Yeah, no kidding. Our motto this month is quick response. So every other month he takes 30 minutes to get there. But this month he's gonna take 3. He did it! Mosho did it! Guilty as charged. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Oh, is that so? That seems very hard to believe. Mosho! Indeed. So tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Oh my gosh, Phoenix. He's just trying to gaslight Gumshoe at this point. Just trying to gaslight him off the witness stand. Well, I want to press on every statement because I like seeing the responses. Wasteland says, yeah, I know. He was so convicted about that. He's really playing the part that he's completely ignorant that he was actually there. Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. Aw, man, we didn't gaslight her. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. No, he's got a point. He's got a point. Oh my gosh, Phoenix came to the same conclusion. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why's that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Everybody just ganging up on Gumshoe. Even the prosecution. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. She's pretty pink. She's pretty dang pink. Well, yeah, see, she's very pink. She's the definition of pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? He does. I mean, we know he's gonna say something about it, but we can pretend that we don't know he's going to. I guess pressing can have its advantages. There it is. Yes. Ah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. There's the cipher face. Yep. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on the piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. We have neck-break speeds of these lab results, acquired in 1 day. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Objection! Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? Yeah, you tell him. I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Yeah, so Detective Gumshoe is what is called an expert witness. This is literally his job, to get these things right. I I feel like if there was someone like him that appeared in a courtroom who did not state such a thing, I would be very concerned about his expert testimony. I'm just saying. But that is a thing. Expert witnesses. And Detective Gumshoe does count as an expert witness. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I know, not very expert-like. He means well, he's just not very, sometimes just not very good at what he's doing. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Found a memo. Wait, this is the part where I press him. I've already seen this. All right. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh ho! Then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? I did! I mean... I'm gonna put the killer. That makes the most sense. It's obviously not this one. The killer. Anyone can see that. I don't know about that, Phoenix. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I knew that was coming. Yeah, Phoenix really jumped the gun on making a statement like that. Huh, I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Arr. Well, detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh, sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. Lab test results showed blood was the victim. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind? Well... Edgeworth is gonna object. I can just hear it. I take the little bits of the blood, the hemoglobins, hobgob, hermagoblin bobbin. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. That's what I would have in mind. Hermagoblin bobbin. Hermagoblin bobbin. Hermagoblin boblins. Oh my gosh. That was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Oh my gosh. Thanks, pal. I mean, your honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation, as should you. Oh. That was a mess. No, no kidding. Right, where was I? On which hand was the bloody finger, detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. Ha ha ha! Nice try. Uh-oh. Guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books, in the movies. Yes, the Gumshoe, that's what I was talking about. This isn't a movie, detective, it's a video game! Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. I knew that was coming. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right, what he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction there somewhere. Let's find it. Okay. So let's look at the... evidence. Alright, so after securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Memo. Piece of paper next to the victim's body. My eye was really clearly in blood. This is the victim's... blood found on the victim's finger. I know what the contradiction is. That's impossible. Death was instantaneous. Death was instantaneous. She couldn't have. There it is. Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? True, Phoenix does do a lot of those, but no. Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. But backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from blunt object. She died immediately. But... no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately would have had the time to write anything down. Objection! Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. Should I be honest? Just say I forget. I forgot. It just kind of appeared in my pocket one day. I don't think saying I forgot would really make a difference. I mean, it can't. This is only the day. I mean, I guess I could have gotten it today. This doesn't make sense. Yeah, I know. It is the day after. I'm just trying to think of what his angle is. This one's impossible. That wouldn't make any sense. This might make me seem incompetent. I don't. I'm just have to say the middle. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... There's that finger wiggle. Oh, no. That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. A little bit surprise face. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. Oh, that sucks. That she didn't die instantaneously. She suffered for a moment. That sucks. I was thinking that was like the saving grace of like having her die. That it was at least painless, but there's a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you looked shocked. Something you want to say? I'm a sham! I'm a sham! I'm no good at this! I'm a fluke and a phony! Why? I mean... Oh my gosh, I can't... I'm a sham sandwich! I mean... Gumshoe's trying to do the right thing. He's just, like I said, not good at it. Edgeworth, from what we've been told about Edgeworth, he plays dirty. Honestly, they're both shams in their own way. But which one's the bigger sham? I'm gonna call Edgeworth a sham. Dirty little Edgeworth. Screw you, Edgeworth, you're a sham. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. So she may have lived for a few minutes after being dead. We don't know. That's the ambiguity, though. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. This flashes a glimpse of Cypher's brain and him arguing with all the voices in there. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. This is why Cypher loved this series so much. He saw himself as a mini little Phoenix Wright. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Here we go. Witness, your name, please. April May. Oh, she does this thing. Oh, I forgot about that thing she does. Alright, well, here we go. Yeah, I know. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. April May, at your service. Wink. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. You know, I agree. Why is the crowd reacting that way? I can't possibly have any idea. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh my gosh, the humor in this game. The wanton winking. Yes, that's what caused it, Judge. That's what caused it. The wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. Just already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. And unfortunately for you, Phoenix, she appears to be the only person in this room that is not a man. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices? Yeah, I know, he is so unbothered. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. That girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. She did it again. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't... Oh my gosh, Judge, let me do my job! I don't see any need to trouble the witness any... What? Wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? They hate lawyers! I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm. Didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Absolutely. Yeah, I know. That testimony was quite well-rounded. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. It was like... I already read this. I'm not going to read this every time. It's already a lot of reading. Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Like, why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What? That's it? You can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know... I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. If I remember correctly, I think the judge will get impatient with me if I press on the wrong things. I'm gonna press this one and see what happens. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out of your window at that time of night. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. But badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Here we go. Oh, it is what I remembered. Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. I know, the Simp Brigade. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? Alright. So I need to be... For her, I have to be careful. Okay, this seems strange. Let me look at this. She's permanent cat mode. Dodged to one side and ran away. I might press this question if I can't find anything. I think this is one I should press. She caught up to her. Yeah, I'm gonna press this one. She dodged? Dodged what? Well, the attack! Please continue your testimony. Okay, well that did not help me much at all. Wait a sec. They don't have a time of death? I mean, Maya already kind of confirmed the time was about 9, right? Yeah, at 9. So let's press that last statement. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? She has a point. Alright, so this is the first one that I'm struggling with a little bit. Testimony certainly does make sense. And anyone in the court keeps siding with her. I'd better not press too hard on this one. Maybe I should just listen to the testimony again. I'm gonna question this one. How do you know she was the defendant? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. I know. That's what I was thinking. But that's the only thing I can think of. You can technically dodge a blow, but we're still... There is destruction outside of the view of the window. So something happened outside of her viewpoint. Now, I'm just trying to think about how that works together with what she's saying. Dodge to one side. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. It makes sense that she dodged towards the destruction. But I'm gonna press this. I'm gonna take a chance and press this. Oh. There is no pressing that. Caught up to her. This is the one. Oh. Nope. I got it wrong. This is a statement I'm familiar with seeing. They aren't, are they? No, it didn't. I'm just gonna press everything else that I haven't pressed before. This one. Someone with long hair. That was Mia Fey. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing. Alright. Man. Well, I tried to present this. Maybe it was on the wrong... Well, I know. That's the key to this. I'm just trying to figure out how it makes sense. I already presented this on one of the lines of dialogue, and it didn't take it. So it is this one. Nope. Oh my gosh. I keep thinking that it has to do with this. Press her on everything? I already pressed her on this. I pressed her on this. Pressed her on this. Pressed her on this. And this. And then I didn't proceed going forward. I should have just pressed. I was so worried that I was gonna like... I was too worried about not pressing. Oh my gosh. Did you really see the defendant at all? Oh, I hated that. That was so dumb. That was so dumb. I knew exactly where this was going, but I didn't want to press her. Oh, the game just convinced me not to. Dang. Ay, ay, ay. What's the meeting? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless about this, I mean. Yeah, I knew what the problem was, but... I should have just... Whatever. I knew exactly what to do. It's the game! It's the game! It convinced me not to do something that I knew I should have done. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, my affair, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. Not yet. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. Well, we do. Gumshoe was there. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. I mean, honestly, this is really picking at straws, Phoenix. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rawr. What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. It is what Cypher does. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm gonna be very honest, that is a very minor mistake. But that is what Edgeworth said that he does. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. The testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. This kind of statue-y clock. The Thinker, I think. How do you know it's a clock? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Freaking dumb judge. Made me so nervous to even freaking blink last time. So you saw me then too, huh? Of course. I'd remember that spiky hair anywhere. Spiky. Phoenix, it is... I hate to break this to you, but your hair is spiky. The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney. I like how he interpreted that as a personal attack. Aw, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry. Very well, continue. Is that right? As in you're right? As you look from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in? Right! It was my right hand. Right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. Don't be like that, Phoenix. That's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. What happened then? And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. Yeah, she is. Ran after her. Ran off to the right. So this is where I present the picture. I just had to get her on that silly little detail that she didn't call attention to the clothes. Ugh, alright. Yep. Where did this weapon come from? She picked it up from the desk. I see. What sort of weapon was it? That clock. The kind of statue-y clock. The Thinker, I think. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Well, now he's called attention to that. So, is it time for this first? Yeah, I really don't know how she would know this was a clock. Yeah. Objection! She knows. Miss May. What you said just now was quite revealing. Somebody told her that it was a clock instead of a statue that she found about the night of the murder. You like my improv? Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty mister? This would make me so uncomfortable. I'm glad you loved it. This would be so uncomfortable for someone to just say to you in a group of a bunch of people. I gotta just do it on the spot. It's just gotta happen naturally a little bit. You just said that the statue of the Thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. I disagree, Edgeworth. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Freaking judge, go screw yourself. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. You caught one murderer. I know. Well, yeah, once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. That was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. We're back to this again. So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co. No! Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hehe. Yeah, she's just digging a bigger hole here. The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. Yeah, keep pressing. I'm not satisfied because... yeah. Yeah. Because the innards were taken out, that's right. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. The innards were removed! That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright. I like how he's asking me that question. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. Ask her. It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Tisk, tisk. Really gave it the sauce on fat. All the sauce. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. Foxworth. He's always up to something. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Yep, I know. I know what this is. Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? I'm pretty confident I can figure most of this out. It was just that one thing where I was struggling with. Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you liked so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Attorney's badge! Da, da, da. Just kidding. Let me just make sure. Yeah, there's the only thing it can be. It's too bad this isn't... Oh, it is time-stamped. Okay. Yeah. I was just looking at every message. Objection!
Take that!
Or take that. Whichever. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Yes, it is, Your Honor. I'm glad you noticed. Ooh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. That smug look. The smug look on his face. The good detective better remember what he's up for. I screwed up this line of dialogue. I know. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Low-key going insane. Yeah, he did. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. I wanna do it like they do in Texas, Navy. Alright, we're moving on. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? She wants the bad romance. She's ready. She's doing her cover. Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that at again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Nope, that's not gonna fly. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. No, it wouldn't. This judge, man. Does the defense have any objections? Yes, I do. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. The very statue itself. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the whole world. That's not me. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, sick burn. Get wrecked. Oh, excuses not on sale today? Oh. She's insane! What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! She snapped. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh. Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did. Hehe. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. I find that witness always sounds more trustworthy when they demand the death of the defendant's trustworthy. Yeah. Me too. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? You gotta answer the question now. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. I know what this is. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. This is where Phoenix should go to jail for stealing. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness has heard the murder weapon was a clock. Here we go. Have a look at this. So there's so many issues with this. Who's verifying that this even came from her room? Second of all, even if we do verify this came from her room, he stole this. Third of all, we can't link it to being connected to their office. This is not good evidence. This is not good enough. That? I found this in Miss May's room. And it's even more suspect that he is the one presenting this evidence based on the fact that he found it in her room. This evidence serves his cause to the point where he could very well be lying about it. It would be in his best interest to lie about this, to prove his client innocent. There is so many issues with this scenario, it's not even funny. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim. Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. Edgeworth, you should have said that there's no proof that this happened. That would have made more sense. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Edgeworth, he has to prove a lot of things. But sure, just one. Oh, okay, never. That's another thing. That's another thing. I didn't even mention that. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. Yeah, she actually did. What? Here's my proof. I mean, we just presented this. I know. We literally just went over this. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. We had a whole conversation about this. A clock. I know. It's a little redundant. This is old territory. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. La la. That's what she sounded like. That's canon. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that, you lawyer? At least she didn't call him spiky hair. She's risen from personal insults. It's not fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Ma'am, you are on the stand. Yeah, she is. Now to deal a final blow. So you're not gonna have to, you're gonna, I know. She didn't do it. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Is it tippity-tapping or irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off. Answer the fucking question! I know! Get on with it! Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can, and will. You can't be serious. No way. Way, I say. Way! Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Oh my gosh, Mosho. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. And it's watered down too, and it's gross. Yeah. What? How do you not know what this is? Oh my gosh, Phoenix. Okay. Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Yeah, it's really late for some coffee. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that I have to use the restroom, and I will be leaving the courtroom. Good day. And then he walks off. That the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime, with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. I like how you can just claim that. That's very suspicious for someone to do that and not be connected to a crime. Or the current crime in question. Maybe, Mosho. I don't know how common iced coffee is in Japan. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to just let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. We need to call the bellboy. We're not gonna get anywhere continuing with Miss May. They're already wanting to let her go. So continuing this isn't gonna do anything. Let's get the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk in quite low enough already.
Objection!
I object to calling the bellboy. Oh, you would, wouldn't you? Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. Where's your proof, Edgeworth? There's reasonable suspicion to think that it did. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Well, hold on. How is Edgeworth making the rules here? Don't we have a judge? Isn't that the judge's call? Oh my gosh. If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent. I know. Well, it's like with any video game. They gotta make the bad guy more difficult than you, so to speak. They have to make him an adversary. So it is swayed disproportionately towards the bad guy. But yeah, she's not the killer. And this statement doesn't make sense. Just because she wasn't the killer doesn't mean she's innocent. Freaking Edgeworth. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. I like how Edgeworth just became prosecution and judge in one fell swoop. Doesn't make any sense. What should I do? We have to give up? What do you mean give up? I know. Alright. I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into it as Edgeworth lays down his Yu-Gi-Oh card. Fool, you fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. Yeah, he is Kaiba. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. I have the anime on my watch list, but I saw that it wasn't rated super well. It's just another one on my watch list, though. I got so many! He certainly does look like a bellboy. Well, yeah, it looks... He does, because he's, for some reason, carrying his tea and cookies in here. I don't know why the court allows that, but okay. He's gotta have his tea and cookies. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather... heavy. So without further ado, let's have some tea. The witness may begin his testimony. Super rush, but red, white dub is so good. He's American version. Everyone else is Japanese. So that's what it is. I hate that. I was really bummed to see it wasn't rated well. But I still plan to watch it. I might just do that after playing these games. This has gotten me in the mood to of these kinds of games, I think. Very good, sir. Alright. I'm glad, Mosho. This has been a really fun game. Like, I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. It's been really fun having you guys here. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. Then he would have seen the murder too, right? Because that's when the murder happened. 9 on the dot. I'm glad, little bit. I'm glad everybody's liking it. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Oh, so if she's out in the hallway, she couldn't have seen it. Is that where we're going with this? Oh my gosh, that lady is doing her head perfectly with the music. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Well, I've already found the issue. Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, But if I'm trying to do that, I can at least maybe prove that she didn't see it. According to the bellboy, he was right on the dot at 9, and he didn't report seeing a murder or anything about him seeing her distressed about a murder. So the timestamp doesn't line up. Maya will be finished. That's gotta be it. I just gotta figure out how the game wants me to present that. What exactly is it you do at the hotel? Well, he's a bellboy, Phoenix. What do you think he's doing? Why, anything required of me, sir. Prostitution. I check in guests, I check out guests. Oh, that's what he was saying. He rings bells! Yeah, he rings people's bells. Yeah. I clean rooms, I make beds. You check that. Oh, we've turned this guy into a perv in like 10 seconds. 10 seconds flat, we've all multi-handedly turned this man into a pervert. I even deliver room service, sir. Oh, what kind of room service, bellboy? Alright, I've gotta stop. I checked Miss May in oh, did you? Alright, he is setting himself up at this point. It's just, he's doing this on purpose. Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions. It is a little bit of a frivolous question. Okay. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them. And I... oh my gosh, that face! Yeah. That freaking face, though. The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Turns out he was a perv. Plot twist. Yeah, so what that? She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. Guilty. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. Exactly. The time of the murder. I brought it to her precisely the requested time. Her bonbons. Precisely 9, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why did she be so particular about the time? I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir, as in so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. Oh, is it now? How come you're so very certain? This is the most certain man on earth. That's what I'm getting. Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir. Oh my gosh, he's awful. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Rezzy was there too! I call Rezzy to the witness stand. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? I took French in uni, ya boobs. Now hang on there, Edgeworth. I ain't done yet. Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, we'll end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. Judge, shut up. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? No, we gotta protest. Fight for every inch, Phoenix. Wait, please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Objection!
Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, be nice. Alright, Mr. Wright, I will give you one more question. That's all. Okay. This is really it. Now, this is my last chance. Okay. Let me think about this. I don't know if anything is in here. So the last thing that we saw was she wanted him to remember. He said he checked her in personally. Service couldn't witness the bed making other. There was the wine glasses. I've thought about that. That was the suspicious thing. That she had 2 wine glasses out. So she'd been drinking with him. I want to say room service because that's the only thing. Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing. Wait, them? He said them? I missed that. I did not read that. But if that was... Okay, I just completely missed that. Oh look, there's a save option! I'm gonna do this. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I don't know what'll happen if I get it wrong and I have to do all this over again. I'm gonna say room service, because the only questionable thing that we have not accounted for was those wine glasses. Oh no. This is wrong. Exactly 9 to the room service, Miss May in room 303. Gets a request for iced coffee, $18 to charge as I recall. I see. Oh! I expected this to happen sooner. Freaking music! $18, doesn't that seem a bit expensive? I think, I could be wrong, but in one of the games, at least, you could, like, revisit conversation. I don't know. Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know? And we don't skip on the ice, sir. What did he say? What did you say? Oh, rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
Objection!
I object! That was objectionable! Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Alright. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Your face is objectionable, Edgeworth. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Uh-oh, Edgeworth's about to get called out, tampering with witnesses' testimonies. He asked me not to mention if it was specifically asked, sir. Oh. You fool! Dirty prosecutor, take a bath! I've done it. I've won. I wouldn't say that yet, Phoenix. Not even close. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. When I played, if you get this wrong, game throws you a mulligan of sorts. Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, all I could think of was the wine glasses. After I remembered that, I was just thinking that was the only thing that we haven't really explored that was kind of an unknown. But we also didn't hear a lot about the check-in, so I was like kind of wondering about that. The bed making didn't make sense. I dismissed that early in. But yeah, that one was tricky. That one was really tricky. And something you can really easily miss if you don't examine that. That was really tricky. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Lilbit. And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? I was throwing you off as they said ice coffee was very obvious one was third. Oh, Mosho. So that wasn't intentional? Was that wine supposed to be what was served the night before? Oh, that would have made that so much easier to connect. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Simple. It was... What was the question? Oh, the one, this other person. The man with Miss May. The man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. 9 p.m. iced coffee is only for murderers. Checks out. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My. What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? Edgeworth is gonna play judge again. After all, it was you who had hidden the presence of the other man from this court. Yeah, get wrecked. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, boy. Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too. I know. I like Maya. I've always liked Maya. What other attorney? There's only one attorney in there. She's not talking about Edgeworth. She asked. She's talking about Edgeworth. That face of his with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. You say so. So, what happens with me? Well, you see, I did not know that. I always just thought it was prosecutors, and attorney was just another name for a lawyer. Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? Gotcha, that makes sense, Mosho. Because I always... In every, like, lawyer commercial, it's like, pick us, attorneys at law, Dan Newland, or Farah and Farah, attorneys at law. So I always just associated that with, you know, a lawyer. So, never as a prosecution in my entire life that I'm aware of. Get into an accident? Farah and Farah, attorneys at law or something. Call Farah and Farah. Whatever. The man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Perjury. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. Submitted to the court for evidence. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Why wasn't this stricken from the record? Thanks a little bit. I'm probably going to stop really soon because this is just going to segue into an investigation and then another courtroom session, and that's just way too long. Well, yeah. I guess, but like they struck everything else out of the testimony that we never proved was false. Good night, little bit. I know this is a long stream. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Bitty Bits, bye Bitty Bits. Maya doesn't belong in the detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. There it is. That's the ending of tonight.